So he goes back to America. Where does he go? First place he stops? The barber shop. They were able to help him find out where Lavelle was, which is in the same church with that same pastor from the first Coming to America movie. About to get married to Mirembe. He finally gets in there, and Lavelle is like, look, I'm going through with this. And they finally have like a moment that they needed to have really when they first met. Him being upset because he felt like he was being used, and this, Akeem realizing that he should have just went and got Lavelle to spend time with him and get to know him as his son, instead of trying to, use him to, make plans with General Izzy, basically. And like I said, they finally had a moment, the moment that they needed to have since they had met each other. And he told him, you're me all over again. I did the same thing you did. I was arranged to marry somebody, but I decided I didn't want to. I came here and I fell in love with someone, and she's my wife today. So I understand. And he was like, I didn't come here to stop you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bless this union. And so I think that Mirembe, she wanted to marry Lavelle, but I think she really wanted to be back home in Zamunda. And so they had to go back anyways because General Izzy was over there. And, during all that time when he was going to get Lavelle, Mika was holding the throne down. General Izzy came up there and was like, so is the prince back from his nightly walk? And all this kind of stuff, like taunting them. She was like, look, you're going to have to deal with me if you start any trouble. He only had like a handful of soldiers, and she managed to take those out. Well, some of them out. Then he brought over his big strong guys, and they managed to, subdue her momentarily until her sisters and Simi, which I didn't even know he could fight like that, but Simi came and helped her, and they basically took down General Izzy. Now, they were doing all that while Akeem was over in America getting Lavelle, which the whole thing with him flying over to America and back, that little time frame, I really don't think that they measured and lined that up properly. But I'm not going to go into the geometry of the whole situation, but let's just say that them time frames didn't really seem like they added up properly. Now, I could be wrong, but didn't really seem like those time frames matched up from when he left to go to America and then when he got back. I digress. So, whenever King Akeem gets back to Zamunda, he decides, like I said, he's going to let Lavelle marry Mirembe. And he released him from taking on the responsibilities of being the heir, and he went ahead, as he would have originally, and gave that duty to Mika. And he told her, you will be the first official queen heir to the throne of Zamunda whenever, he leaves off the scene. And she was like, thank you so much. And I think that was the right decision for him to make, because it kept, Lavelle in his life, and he's the prince that he is supposed to be, and Mika would become the person in charge. So everything just worked itself out. And so Akeem brought everybody from Queens, it was basically like a whole family reunion. Like, they brought everybody on over to Zamunda. And then at the end, they decided to go ahead and have the wedding. And the wedding was beautiful. Everything they wore in this movie was beautiful. Like, the outfits, gorgeous. Now, they went ahead and squashed their beef with General Izzy. Don't know why it took him getting his butt kicked for him to realize that they didn't have to quarrel. There could be peace between each other. They came to an understanding, and Akeem kind of made it right with General Izzy's sister. He was like, thank you for all that, and they just made everything right and, better than what it was. And they managed to, have a understanding, peace, and, come to like a agreement with each other without having to marry their children off to each other. And everybody went to the wedding. So a beautiful, just beautiful ending with the wedding. And like I said, it was like a family reunion because everybody was back. And it ended really well. It ended up with, you know, a big picture at the end, and it was a really nice ending. So, you know, I'm thinking, well, maybe, hopefully, probably not, but maybe they'll make like a Coming to America 3, where it's about, you know, Lavelle and Mika and the other two sisters and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, that's kind of like wishful thinking. I don't know if they would do that, but they could. So I did enjoy, you know, other than like all the crazy stuff that I talked about and ranted about, I really did enjoy it. Some people I think enjoyed it a little less, but I still did enjoy it. Like I said, all of the actors that, you know, popped up and the clothes, and, you know, I enjoyed it a lot. So hope you all enjoyed this review, and I'll see you all next time.